And we are now live on YouTube for our friends. So thank you so much for tuning into the Rise Up Morning Show. A quick reset moment to say we're talking about Doge and Elon. We're good. You can put us on your TV now. Welcome back, Alex.
Thank you.
So, as you were.
Yeah. So, as like you said, as a cultural phenomenon, Doge is really cool. I don't have any beef with it. You think about the way that it started as a joke. It just opened for mining. There was no airdrop. There was no, shady
it's
allocation.
Like Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah. The guys who made it just opened mining, and there you go. There it existed, and it existed flat for years, right? Like Doge was created in 2013. It's 11 years old. Okay. And then it remained under a penny until 2020. So for 7 years, like, a dozen nerds just mined it for fun because it was a joke. And that's it. So people don't think about it that way, but just for a little, that's how it started. Now, the thing to remember is that, yes, it absolutely pumped on the election, and then it pumped on the announcement from Trump that he was announcing his proposal to appoint Vivek and Elon to head DOGE, the agency, Department of Government Efficiency. First of all, it is a little funny to me, and I hope we can all at least get a giggle that it is funny to try to curb government spending by creating a new government agency to curb government spending. I find that hilarious. Nothing says make government more efficient like building more government. But the first thing I thought was like, dude, can you imagine if Harris won and immediately built like a Department of Deep State, cleanup or something, and then appointed George Soros to run it? A billionaire
Not
that
ideal.
bankrolled part of her campaign. It's like, because the right-wing version of that is just happening right now. And that's wild to me that no one seems concerned that a mega billionaire just like heavily bankrolled a presidential candidate and then immediately got rewarded with a giant job in government.
He's pumping our bags, Alex.
In charge of efficiency. As the guy who owns a company that makes things more energy efficient, like
the Department of Generating Equity, baby. Doge can be anything.
It's the Department of Pumping Tesla stock is what it is. But anyway, so that's wild to me that like no one has a concern about that. But hey, fuck all of that in light of the bag pump. But the other just annoying piece of reality that I'll give is that you cannot create a government agency without congressional approval. Congress has to create the agency and then vote to approve it. Now, of course, the Republicans took the White House, the Senate, and the House. I have no doubt that if they want to, and this is a thing that they like, there you go. They're going to do it. So I feel like, he made a Space Force. He got Congress to sign off on that. I'm pretty sure he'll get Congress to sign off on the Department of Government Efficiency. So just keep all those things in mind, that he can definitely do some stuff, like appoint and announce, but he does need Congress to do things. So it's not like this department's going to start now. It's going to take a little bit, but we'll see. Like I said, government has a tremendous amount of inefficient spending. I've been on the receiving and the executing end of that for a large chunk of my career. I vividly remember being in the shop and having Chief come in and being like, hey, we're coming up on the end of the fiscal year. Shop coordinators, you got to spend this much, that much, and you just buy a bunch of shit and you put it in storage so your budget doesn't get cut the next year. So it's one of those things. But I would just say, like, can we all please at least step back just a tiny bit and admit? And I'm looking at you guys, all my MAGA friends. If George Soros was just appointed by Joe Biden to run a new government agency, you guys would be shitting your pants collectively.
Oh, honestly, I would be. I'd be like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah. So I would, for the record, I would be too.
Yeah.
So can we just at least pull ourselves out of the euphoria of seeing our bags fly for a minute and just consider the downside?
Consider the downside.
Not ideal.
As as someone said in the comments, Roger, I don't think it's a bad idea to pay attention to Doge. You could swing trade it. Kimberly holds it. Like it's pretty harmless. I feel like to at least believe it'll be around, for for longer than Harry Potter, Sonic, Obama, Inu at this point.
420 Sonic, 69 Inu.
We have our friend Rick in the audience, and we talked about this a little yesterday. But one of the I just wanted to advertise Low Cap Gem Night. One of the reasons we're excited to do that is getting to talk about projects. We love doing it every week, but I especially love looking at low cap gems. And do you remember this? We talked about this briefly yesterday. Cubetics wallet. It sounded like a really interesting project, and I might even look at it more tonight just to show people like the 10-minute version. But the 2-minute version for Rick, who missed it, is this is a crypto token that's conducting a pre-sale. It doesn't have a wallet yet. It aims to be a multi-chain gasless wallet, selling a big vision of user experience, solving problems that wallets have in the crypto space. But they don't have a product yet. And I haven't checked to see if they've raised venture funding from like Seed A, that kind of stuff. That's my portmanteau of Seed and Series A. And they're selling already. They've raised over 1.35 million as of October 23rd, selling this TIX token. So it's hot. And who knows what its valuation is what my point is. But it's probably going to be, on people's lists, and they'll be looking at it. I always say be very careful with every crypto investment like this. It's a venture style investment, and pre-sales can be good. But I think pre-sales of tokens or token miners, when you know how Alex and I feel about this, if the token is the product, then you are the customer, or you are the, that's right, you are the, you know what I mean? You are the product. It's Wednesday, but it's morning somewhere. Do you know what I'm trying to say, Alex? Can you phrase it more eloquently?
I need you to give
when there's a token pre-sale and people are selling you equity when there's no product to buy, it's just a risky position to be in, because most of those companies go to zero. You are the product. Like, you are the customer. You're the customer anyway, but you know what I mean? They are getting rich off of you. In a very risky proposition. You do stand to gain a lot if, there comes some value to it if you sell it at the right time. But I always am really worried about pre-sales for venture style investments. I could have said that in about 10 words. I just never wrap my tongue around the thought in my head. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. Pre-sales kind of sketch me out a little bit. I tend to just avoid them because too many of them are rugs, and I don't have the time or the energy to do all of the due diligence to feel good about them. Nor do I have the free capital to gamble on a bunch of them. So I don't know. Evan, it's one of those phenomena, where the longer you're in crypto, you don't even, and this is probably not totally fair on my part. It's just that, I'm aware of what I can mentally handle researching, learning about, and then keeping track of. And everything that you just described, immediately I'm just I don't give a shit about this.
I wouldn't buy it. I would be stoked to use that wallet though. Gasless, non-custodial wallet, multi-chain, sign me up.
to be fair, I want to make it abundantly clear that when I say I don't give a shit about something, it doesn't mean that I'm not trying to write it off as a bad idea. It's just I don't have the bandwidth to care about this right now. And I mean, that's one of the things that wrecks people in crypto more than anything, is trying to care about too many things. If you were to extrapolate, from Web3 out into other industries, right? We're talking about some core pieces of technology that can be used in a whole bunch of different ways. There is no other way. There's no other industry. There's no other example in which someone is going to be able to keep track of every possible application of a piece of technology. You're going to have the ones that are interesting to you, and those are the ones that you can keep track of. And I encourage people to do the same thing in crypto. You don't need to build a portfolio of 30, 40, 50 different cryptos. You need to build a portfolio that you feel really good about, that you know a lot about, that you are confident in, with the ability to change your mind when presented with new information in 3, 5, maybe 6 things. That's why I pulled up some stuff. I'd like to give an example when we get there, Evan, but I don't want to derail us here. Wrap up the Doge stuff, whatever. To say,
no, that's it. Take us.
Just to say that it's cool that this, cultural icon of the space, is still being used in culture today, and like the way that it presents itself in culture, is changing and evolving. I think that's indicative of like a strong cultural icon, right? Like uh, as we all change and as new things happen, it's like, how does Doge fit into this? It's kind of like the meme, like, how will this affect LeBron's legacy? It's the same. It's the same kind of thing, right? So fingers crossed. It's probably no secret, what side of the political aisle I'm on, but I'm hardcore rooting for everyone, taking office and taking appointments. I truly, genuinely hope that they crush it. And on the efficiency thing, I don't think it's a bad idea. I will continue to, and I will laugh forever about, the irony of creating a new government agency to curb government spending. That's funny to me. But I hope that that's funny to everybody.
Yeah. Really quick before you segue to a totally new topic, can I compliment you on your shirt in case you missed it? We got the thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think it was Exit Velo who said, "Nice shirt. Do you ever mint those free NFTs on base or those low cost NFTs?" And I told him every day, all the time, man.
All the time.
What a great way to participate in crypto and like earn some fun on-chain credentials that could be valuable for your reputation, could be fun to collect, could be social, and cost you almost nothing. Like I'm spending, less than $1 and just minting stuff all the time. So that's based.
Yeah, no, I don't care about everything that I do in Web3 needing to be a money driver, because I have hobbies and I'm a pack rat. I collect stuff, and I'm stoked that Base has given me the ability to collect cool stuff, in a cheap way that's on chain. I like to build my on chain resume every day that I can. So if I get the chance to do something like that, but it's not just Base either. Like if I get the chance to do a quick little fast mint on Solana, I'm gonna take it. If I get the chance to do a quick little mint on Avalanche, I'll take it. Like why not?
Yeah, Alex, we're crypto guys, and it's like the crypto club is like, look at this cool crypto thing we did. Do you want to collect it? We're like, obviously we do. Give me 5. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah. Do I care at all about the potential for it to make me any money? No, I don't care at all.
But at the same time, man, it's like transformational, and it's sneaky because, like Alex, because we know each other and we're connected, and we know these people, and we're connected, and we're with the founders or the funder. We're in the space. We're moving. We are so much closer to the value creation. We're participating in it, and this is the stuff that everyone will use that will, allow them to speculate or whatever. So we're enriching ourselves, I think, probably more than most people. And that's the best part about it. It's pretty much free to do this. And almost I don't know if there was a game show where we had to pick crypto investments. Not that Alex and I are super wealthy, rich guys, but like we understand this space now. We would crush it. You know what I mean? We're just so well prepared in that regard. And we're just regular people who did it by participating in culture. Anyway, so that's based.
It is based.
Get a Coinbase wallet and try it. Not sponsored, but it could be.
I teased Nick that I had a question for him, and Nick, I'm being completely genuine. I am not the person to like offer an expert analysis of this. I'm genuinely curious. Evan, I don't know if you saw Nick Junas's latest video.
It was fire.
Nick, if you don't know, I think his handle is just Nick Junes, Junes, right?
I think he pronounces his name Junes, and I've been saying Junes.
Okay.
Nick Junes.
NickJunes. He's
in our Discord.
Yes, he is. No, and he's been a friend for a while. He just posted a video, a relatively lengthy one, about ICP and some issues that he's found on doing a deep dive. And for context, in case you aren't aware, Nick is not a maximalist. He is one of the nerdiest people I know, and he's exclusively interested in like the tech and how it can be used for this, that, and the other thing. He's the same way that my dad is when he looks at something. He's like, oh, I don't give a shit about anybody's bags. This is a problem. Or, oh, I didn't even know that this crypto is absolutely in the shitter. This is a really cool feature. When my dad tells you that Polkadot is really cool for XYZ, he doesn't even know that the community is voting the treasury into oblivion,
into a toilet.
he just looks at a developer tool and says, this is cool, this works really nicely. So Nick, I'm curious to hear your response to that, and I would
me too.
I would just be really curious. Anyway,
for the Nick will, I'm sure he'll share it. If you haven't seen it in the Discord, you can find it in his profile, but it's good to learn stuff. I learned stuff from that video.
There's been some good questions coming through here really quick. You can
Definitely
rapid fire a couple of them really quick. Someone asked about whether or not the NFT narrative will come back. I absolutely believe that it will, but not the same way that it was in 2021, where everyone and their grandmother mints a 10,000 piece PFP collection and makes, $5 million. I don't think that's going to happen. But for example, when Off the Grid dropped, you had thousands of people collecting Ninja's unique skin on day one. And that's really cool. They've had millions of transactions, tons of stuff like that. I was just on Simplified with the Wolves DAO guys on Monday. And one of the things that I shouted out was that I am so unbelievably bullish on collectibles, digital collectibles that are tokenized and protected on a blockchain. And that I care about that way more than I care about cryptocurrencies, especially in games. So yes, I 100% believe that NFTs are here forever. They are way too cool to go away. I just think we got a little too excited with monkeys and board shorts, and we kind of needed to take a step back and refresh and, Control-Alt-Delete the first bit of NFT history.
What a nerd. Dude, I couldn't agree more. I'm more bullish on NFTs than I am on fungible tokens in terms of what I already think about that people with tech that exists today could do that would just blow your mind and make your life better all the time. And it's mostly that stuff that I think is going to transform crypto. And I think collectibles are huge. And I think it's not going to look like, now my NFT lives with me in the metaverse, or I can have a sticker of it on my nightstand. It's going to be how it allows us to do ownership and collection in novel ways people haven't ever done before that really matter. Like, for example, the integration with meme. If you look at Pudgy Penguins and the way they have moved from being like a JPEG collectible to a lifestyle, a part of a culture, a reference, a visual brand. They've got GIFs everywhere. People know the Pudgy Penguins and express their emotions with it. They relate to the meme and share it.
Not to mention, we got the news yesterday, I think it was, that McDonald's and Doodles are pairing up. And there's another
that's huge,
incredible example of massive branding through a project that deals in digital collectibles. The Doodles universe is quite something. It's one of those staples that's been around for ages in NFT land. And there you go. I mean, how cool would it be though to just this is the part that gets me giddy, right? You're not talking about McDonald's launching some sort of drop the way Porsche did, where all of a sudden it's like, hey, for $1,000, kids, you can buy this collectible. It's like, no, you just get maybe a QR code that comes along with the Happy Meal that gets you a Doodles trading card or something like that.
It's cheaper than a toy, and it does more stuff.
Yeah, it's also more efficient than manufacturing tons of plastic toys. There's way less waste associated with building stuff like this. The world is becoming ever more digital. Like, adding collectibles in NFT form just makes sense. And I'm so bullish on the networks that are hosting these things. I mean, so Solana has a huge NFT ecosystem, right? It shouldn't surprise anybody that still to this day, tons of NFTs get minted on Solana. If you look right now on DeFi Llama, you can track, like chain volume, and you can compare that to TVL and all these different things. Solana is number one, which is wild. So like TVL on Ethereum dwarfs every other chain. Ethereum has more TVL than every other blockchain put together. Okay. Solana in the last 24 hours has done almost $2 billion more in volume than Ethereum has done, which tells me that yes, there's less money on the ecosystem, but it's being used way more. Ethereum is mostly full of people holding and staking on Lido. And
yeah,
that's fine.
Which is an important function.
It's a very important function. It makes the network run. But Solana, it just has people doing shit. And that's exciting. And Base is up there too. Base is number 5. So Ethereum total 3.6 billion in the last 24 hours. Base almost 2 billion, $1.86 billion in the past 24 hours of volume just on Base. Little L2 with low fees.
That's with low fees. That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, the stuff I'm excited about is stuff like that. I'm not excited about, like, I don't know, look, I got my NFT on some boxer shorts. I'm more excited about like IYK, what Mac and Cheesy's doing. Austin, dude, that the McDonald's problem, you're giving out NFTs instead of toys. You're going to see a huge trend towards more digital stuff that is verified, tokenized, and away from physical stuff. Absolutely no one needs another, like, water bottle, pen. Like, you're always getting stuff. No one needs another toy from McDonald's, but some stuff is fun to collect, and you just don't have space for it all. We don't have space for another toy, whatever. We don't have money for another toy. And this is like an infinite number, infinite money, infinite space glitch. You can have a wallet that will help you organize these things. They will never deteriorate. They will never fade over time. They can be linked, though, to physical stuff. I think that'll be a big interim step. We might bypass it entirely because it's clunky. It's hard to do. Like, how do you put an IYK chip on a McDonald's toy? How do you stop someone from stealing it? But that's the kind of stuff that excites me, because solving that problem is just going to make this stuff explode. That's a bigger deal than any one, like, instance of, apes on canvas.
Here, I'm just collecting a series of questions. Good morning, everyone joining us.
If you're just joining us, welcome. We're live Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll be live again at 7 p.m. tonight, Central, for Rise Up After Dark. I don't have the notice board up, so let me put it up and just tell you, if you want to learn about crypto, this is a great place to do it. But we also have a free Discord community, which is sort of a hub for all the different resources we have. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got a very occasional newsletter, becoming more occasional all the time, I have to tell you. We've got deals to services like Coinly, you can use for your crypto taxes. We've got courses, recordings. We've got all kinds of fun stuff, and we're adding more to it constantly, trying to help everyday people just like us learn this stuff. So we say, rise up. Alex,
there was a question that I think you can add right into your
my commercial. Great.
Your little
roll it on in.
Why are we here? Why are we teaching anyone about
this?
That. Why do we care about teaching anyone about this stuff?
Yeah, I love the way they phrased it when I said, how is it that, why are you eager to educate people on crypto? Because I believe that more than almost any other human innovation, this has the potential to help everyday people reclaim agency, dignity, and the freedom to enjoy their lives. It is transformational, and it is so much more than money. The way your smartphone does so much more than calls. You don't have to be a techie or a billionaire to understand it. And I'm really passionate because Alex, just this morning, somebody messaged me. They lost hundreds of thousands, $600,000 to a pig butchering scam. And I knew it in about 3 messages. And I just had to tell them again, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. It was the kind of thing that somebody might be duped by because it's very convincing. But if you spend 10 minutes in a conversation with someone in our community or one of us, you're going to know what that scam is, what to look for, how to avoid it. You're never, ever going to fall victim to that again. And you can find that stuff out with us, all the time. Why would you not want to do that for somebody when we have the privilege to hang out with each other, with them, and do that?
It's just a gap. And it sucks because it's so easy to see these things as scams. Like I have never been scammed in crypto because I was raised
Alex
by
has a totally clean record.
I do. I'm 100% clean record.
Big target.
No, for sure. Which is why I keep wallet addresses under wraps, and I don't like to talk about amounts and locations and stuff. But I completely recognize that is because I was raised by my father, who has cared about cybersecurity and been working in that area for my entire life. So I recognize that comes from a privileged place. Not everyone was able to learn those skills, which is why I care so much about teaching them, because seriously, it's so easy. I could teach Evan and I could teach anyone in about an hour how to identify 90% of all scams. Which is
Alex, can I interrupt you there to say that we actually have a course on this that we do live. We have a recording of it that you could get right now, and we have because people want to know what is a pig butchering scam. I'll tell you. This is in the beautiful PDF Alex made. I just uploaded this week all the course PDFs to our premium members. So if you're a premium member, you can just have that anytime.
Everybody else, just before we get into this, just because these comments are now getting buried. I'm going to answer these questions as soon as Evan's done. So I saw, do you invest in Doge, or is that some broke boy stuff?
Oh, we talked about it earlier. I commented to them.
Okay.
We can answer it again if you want.
Joe asked, will crypto ever move beyond being a Ponzi scheme? And I definitely want to talk about that. And then Mike asked about Immutable X with regards to collectibles, and I definitely want to talk about that as well.
So I feel like we're already starting to cover the Ponzi scheme thing for sure. So maybe we can touch on that, and then I was just going to tell you that the thing you should learn. People are asking, what is a pig butchering scam? And this will actively save somebody today money. I feel like Calvin Hill, who is listening? Are you listening in the chat? This will really save you money. And again, if you miss this information, get in the Discord. We can help you get connected with it and share it with you. It's available. Google it. But it is any scam that is designed to, like a pig for slaughter, fatten you up, build your trust, and then take your money or your information or compromise you in some way. An example would be a convincing website you encounter for a AI trading bot that uses quantum artificial technology and has 1,000 testimonials, and it has a team in the United States that is licensed, and they show you, graphs and charts and say, for just $500, you can get started today and you'll earn this kind of interest and whatever. And you sign up and you get on their app.
Look at Bitcoin.
What's it doing?
It's about to cross 90 grand.
Oh my gosh.
It was just like, hey, bitch, I heard you say that I might be flat for 2 weeks. Hold my beer.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to pull. We got to do the halving live, and
I know.
I love that we get to share so many moments with our friend Bitcoin. I was there.
Just casually sharing a new all-time high right now.
Oh my gosh. Hang on. Bitcoin, this is for you. We love you. How wild. Oh, I have 89,705. Is it going?
But it's
that's really close.
Oh yeah, like $2 grand in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I'm watching the 24-hour chart. I might need to find a 1-minute candle somewhere. I don't know if I could take the adrenaline, but essentially these people will convince you very, very well. They'll sometimes, after you send them money, they'll send a little back to you and say your investment is growing. They'll do all these things to just get you to totally commit, and then you've got $10,000 in or $100,000 in, and when you go to withdraw the money, either they pull the website, or you log in one day and you're ready to withdraw and you have problems. You got to pay a fee. You got to pay a fine. We can't do it right now. You got to wait 28 days. But the end result is always the same, which is that the second you sent them $1, it was gone. And there is often no recourse, especially if it's a crypto scam, because transactions are immutable, meaning when something happens on a blockchain, you cannot reverse it. Usually these people are anonymous. You can report them to the Consumer Protection Agency in your country, but it usually you don't get that money back. You never see it again. And there are other people who will prey on you by posing as cybersecurity experts and will say, have you lost money in a scam? But don't let your desperation lead you into, the best thing you can do is educate yourself and educate others at that point, accept that the money is gone. And then that's why you got to be in a community too. Like if you don't have anyone to talk to about that, and you lost hundreds of thousands of dollars or any amount that's significant to you, it can be extremely isolating. You can become depressed, desperate, and it's just not a good place to be. And so to have people who understand that experience, or that you can like engage with and help avoid that experience, to answer the question again of why we're eager to do this, that's important work. So watch out for pig butchering scams. And if you want more resources to avoid scams, hop in the Discord server. We'll help you get connected with them. Alex, do you want to talk about Ponzi schemes?
Yes. Oh. Speaking of Ponzi schemes, What's up, Sigma?
What a jeez intro.
Timing. Were your ears burning? No, your project might be the next bastion of financial freedom for all mankind. It's just perfect timing, and that was funny.
What is your beef
I wanted
with
to
this
say.
guy?
Whenever it immediately ruffles my feathers whenever anyone comes into a chat and immediately just posts the name of the token they're shilling 8 times in 14 seconds. Just like chill. Okay, we got it. I understand. The more you post it, the less likely with every post someone is to look at it. This is a pro tip from a Web3 marketing professional. The more often you yell at someone about the name of your token, the less likely they are to want to look at it. So let us know that you have a project and you're excited about it, and then open yourself up to questions, and then shut the hell up.
Yeah, pitch us on it. That's like the most valuable, respectful thing you could do, and then get out of the way.
Say something interesting about it.
Add value to the conversation.
Why is it different than every other meme on Earth?
Yeah.
How many memes get made every day? 250,000.
I don't know what the today number is. It's increasing. It used to be like 10,000 a day, and then
I think the technical term is a metric shitload. And if I had $1 for everyone who told me that theirs was special because it had a real community, I would be retired.
Yeah.
Try again.
That's true that. Okay, so that is almost the perfect segue to Ponzi schemes. Not that it is necessarily a Ponzi scheme, but most of the tokens in crypto, wouldn't you say they are?
Ponzi
more or less.
Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes.
Ponzi. What's a Ponzi scheme, Alex?
Ponzi scheme is essentially a money-making scheme, for lack of a better word, wherein new investors are constantly being attracted to something to make the early investors more wealthy. It's a scheme that is set up to reward those who got in at an appropriate time early because they were given most likely inside information of some sort, and then they kind of all work together to sell this smoke and mirrors snake oil vision to gullible new people who then come in and buy the asset or whatever from the original people, who then get to walk away with a shitload of money. And most of crypto is that. It is an elaborate, dressed up way that is sold to you as a potential for making life-changing money, when 99.9% of the time you're just going to give your money to someone who was there earlier than you.
It's a PUPO. Every token in crypto is a PUPO, which is an acronym. I just made it up for Ponzi Until Proven Otherwise. Most tokens are PUPOs.
Honestly, yeah, pen it, ink it, store it.
Oh man, it's a PUPO.
In the chronicles of history.
It's a PUPO. Somebody, you name it. The crypto is, that's probably what it is. And again, it's because they're venture style investments. That's how venture works. I put up capital up front for your company that doesn't even exist yet, because your vision is so compelling that I believe it will exist. And when it does, it'll be worth more. And then I can sell because other people will have bought.
And that's changing. They're right. Like the burden of proof is on the founder of the project, and the threshold for like what is acceptable is ever changing. So last bull run and the bull run before, it was totally possible that Evan and I could come on and be like, guys, green beans, but crypto. And we'd make $1 million and we would get, 3 VCs fighting in the, fucking shirtless mud wrestling over the right to be our first one. And just because it was like, take crypto and slap it into something. And yeah, Evan, 100%, someone's going to turn that into
send PUPO and make it a cute little coin. Hey, I'm PUPO, and he's just a little Ponzi scheme. He's just riding to the top. He's so happy
obviously the logo, the mascot is a grub, because we're not sure if he's going to turn into a dung beetle or a butterfly.
Also, I am bullish on what Tech CEO said about Thanksgiving meme tokens. Somebody's going to do cranberries. I bet like cranberries in a can will do really, really well.
See, okay, this is the thing. This is why I like meme coins. And this might come as a surprise to people, but So the idea with the meme, like what the hell is a meme? And I promise we'll switch to Immutable X after this because that's more interesting.
Dude. I don't know. I'm brainstorming. I'm thinking turducken.
No, it is funny. It is funny. But just think about the collaborations, right? Like the meme coins love making partnerships that don't fucking matter. Right? Like that's part of the brand. It's like, who can we partner with to do absolutely nothing except tweet that we just partnered with someone? Like, oh my God, Cranberries just partnered with the stuffing. And, you know, whatever. It's just full send. Who gives a shit?
We sent some to Betty Crocker's wallet.
None of it matters. This would be a really interesting opportunity to use that NFT token standard on Ethereum, where you can basically like NFT tokenize a wallet and then fill it with stuff. So, you know, do turducken and yeah, fill it with the other ones. It's just like all you're doing with a meme coin is monetizing a cultural phenomenon and seeing how long it lasts. And as long as everyone is okay with like pulling the lever on the virtual slot machine and probably getting hit in the face with a baseball bat, you're going to walk away happy, right? Because you just like went to Vegas with your friends. That's the attitude you have to approach meme coins with. Not
I
like,
just love it.
Here's my 401k. It's like, no, I'm going to go pull a slot machine that is actively trying to pull my pants down. And that's what I'm going to walk away with.
And Alex,
like,
the thing that,
maybe I'll succeed.
What I get heated about is these meme coins that I appreciate meme coins like Cranberries in a can or whatever for what they are. They're totally transparent. They're totally clear. They're not selling you something that they don't tell you, right? Like that's what it is. That's what we're doing. But a token like, I don't know, Blockdag's got one probably, or a Ponzi Until Proven Otherwise token. Some of these are posing as legitimate companies when they really have no intention of doing anything but getting some of that VC money.
Yeah.
And then, you know, go into a Silicon Valley job. That happens so much in crypto. So yeah. Bearish on PUPOs and bullish on properly disclosed memes.
100%. Keith, that's a reference to my ever evolving and ever becoming more violent analogy for the meme coin casino. Right, as we talk about the casino, it's like, okay, well, you can go to Vegas and you can pull a regular slot machine and, you know, maybe you'll win, you'll probably lose. Fun fact, the ones by doors are more likely to pay out. And or you can go to the meme coin casino, which is like a regular casino, except that every slot machine has a guy standing next to it with a baseball bat swinging it at your head. And not only do you have to tangle with the fact that it's definitely rigged against you, but the guy's actively trying to knock you out at the same time and then pick your pockets afterwards. So I think I'm just going to keep running with this analogy, like,
and kick you and spit on you as he walks away and call your mom and say something mean
and then seduce your wife. And that's just what he does.
Oh man. Oh, I got to hit the gong on it. That guy's killing my heart. Do you want to talk about Immutable X?
I do. I
that you really do.
Yeah.
And I know you oh, we're good. We got time. I thought we'd been here for too long.
I've described the government. Yeah, I feel like a lot of things can be described as a slot machine with a guy in a baseball bat standing next to it. And like your best hope is putting on a helmet and wearing a cup. So that's what he's different. That's what Token Sniffer does. That's what Banana Bot's honeypot identifier does, or Banana Gun.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, Immutable X. Why are they in the news? Because they just got hit with a Wells notice about a week and a half ago.
Sorry, Immutable X. Gary's going out with a fight.
Gary does it again. Yeah. Gary's like, getting dragged out of his office by his feet, just like throwing Wells notices at everyone. Also, interesting fact for the record, there is a really good analysis on Twitter. I will share it in Discord from this journalist that I really enjoy. And she describes what firing Gary actually will look like and how it will actually play out. We have not gotten a public statement that I'm aware of from Gary, but he has to know this is coming. And the fact that he's silent means that you should probably expect a fight because the president does not have the authority to fire the SEC chair. He can't just do that. It's an independent agency, just like the Federal Reserve. He can't just fire Jerome Powell. He has to request that he step down, and then he could try to force him out if they didn't want to. But like Jerome said, he's not going anywhere. Even if he's asked to leave. I imagine that there is a chance that Gary will say the same thing. You're correct, Home Dad. Legally, he cannot fire him. Now, it's Trump. That probably won't stop him from trying. And there is certainly a vehicle to remove the SEC chair, but it will probably go to the courts and it will probably result in lawsuits and counter lawsuits, and it will probably take some time. So all I can say is strap in for Gary getting sued memes, and you know, I don't know that he necessarily will have a super strong case because there's not really any support for him in Congress, and any support for him that does exist in Congress is becoming the minority. So I do believe it's likely he won't be in office for that much longer. But I just want to prepare everyone that it's not like you can walk in on January 20th, fire Gary Gensler, and he's out January 21st. It's not going to work like that. Unless Gary agrees to step down, which is of course possible. He might not want to deal with the fight. He might just leave. So Immutable. I'm not enough of an expert on Immutable X to know how invalid or potentially semi-valid the Wells notice is. And I only say that because we've seen a mix of both, completely justified and completely unjustified. OpenSea's Wells notice was probably justified because of how many obvious illegal scams and schemes they just platformed without really doing any due diligence, which is a problem. But Immutable is a really interesting one because the vibe that I got was just that they picked him out of a hat and just sent him a Wells notice. But a Wells notice, and if there are any lawyers or just, you know, legal scholars who are a little bit better equipped than me to answer this, Wells notice implies that an investigation has been done and there is enough evidence, there's enough information on behalf of the regulator to press charges. So it's sort of like
it's like a courtesy.
Yeah, it's a formal declaration that like, hey, we've got shit on you. Strap in.
Yeah, we're going to sue you.
They don't always turn into lawsuits, or it could take a while too. So it's not, the Wells notice is not like the lawsuit has commenced. It's just, it's like Evan said, it's a notification. We've seen really dumb ones like Gemini. My favorite example is that Gemini as a crypto exchange back in 2021, 2022, was repeatedly asking the SEC like, hey, we would like to offer staking services to customers. We'd like to do, you know, interest, blah, 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 whatever, yield, yada, yada. What's the vehicle? Like, how do we do this? And the SEC didn't tell them anything, couldn't give them any rules. And then they were like, well, hey guys, we're still like looking for information here. And then the SEC's like, what? You say something? Sued. And then that's kind of been, you know, the way that it goes. And Hester's got really great articles about the whole thing. So I encourage you to read about Immutable, because Immutable is dope. It's a cool ass ecosystem. And I do, the question was originally about like collectibles with Immutable. I'm overall, you know, this is not obviously investment advice. I have no clue what the price of anything is going to do. You know, it could crater tomorrow. The SEC lawsuit could turn out some horrible thing that we're all unaware of. Who knows? It's overall, you know, sketchy. It's risky, whatever. Immutable is cool as hell. I'm a big fan. I have been for years. I think it's unfortunate that they're being targeted like this, and I, you know, hope they crush it.
Well, and they've got a lot of stuff coming out.
So much.
Many people are building there. So it just sucks generally across the space that so many companies who are mostly startups and don't have a lot of money to spend are coming in. It sucks that they have to hire a legal team. It sucks that they got to spend a lot of money preparing for what is possibly just a BS lawsuit that may never come to fruition, instead of building cool, innovative stuff. And that's why we're like excited for whatever happens to get some resolution on this Gensler leadership. Like, we really need that. Otherwise, I mean, what are we doing? We're stifling it.
He's got it. He's got to go.
Gary, you got to go.
Evan, what's your master's degree in?
What's my master's degree in? It's in organizational communication with a focus on crisis, persuasion, and rhetoric generally. And I also have a master's certificate in, it's not the same as a degree, but, you know, just means I took some classes in leadership studies, all the soft skills. What's your mom's master's degree in? Which one? Alex says.
Yeah, I don't know, Mom. You have to fill us in. I don't remember what all your degrees are in.
Oh my gosh. We had another good question too. About, we had several. Hang on, and I wrote some and didn't write others. Gail asked us on YouTube about Uphold. I can answer this quick just because I found it. I'm sorry, guys. The conversation is so good today, and the comments are so good today. If you're a new user, one of the best tips I can give you is to find a solution that works for you, and don't try to bite off more that you can chew. Just focus on kind of one thing every day. Uphold, Coinbase Wallet, MetaMask are terms you're going to hear a lot of. And if you just want to pick kind of one area, many of these will be solutions that do all the stuff you'll need, and then you can learn more about them down the road depending on what you like to use. Gail, if you like Uphold, it has multiple asset classes that you can use. You can trade between them. It's got very transparent fees, but there are some drawbacks. Like they don't have advanced trading tools. I don't think they have limit orders. They don't have just free withdrawal. They have some restrictions on their withdrawals, and they're a centralized exchange. So they have your private key. It may not be, it's not true self-custody. So if you're concerned about that, you might want to explore Coinbase Wallet, MetaMask. Alex, what else would you recommend? Or even cold storage, if you're just buying and holding something like Bitcoin long-term.
You know what's fast becoming my favorite wallet, like out of everything?
No. Phantom. Is it Phantom? Yeah.
Phantom.
Yeah.
It's just, I vividly remember, that's another thing that flip-flopped. Well, I can't even really say flip-flop because they made some major updates, upgrades, and evolutions over the years. But I remember making my Phantom originally because a friend of mine ran an NFT mint on Solana and I wanted to get one. So I literally made a Phantom exclusively to hold that one NFT, which, by the way, this is, here you go.
That's how I made my Phantom wallet.
Here's an example of just a really cool way that just getting a free collectible worked out. So my friend, who Evan, you've met, Taro Koki, who currently works for Racer Magazine. He's awesome. He's been in digital marketing for an extremely long time. He has some really cool friends. One of his friends is John Sabal, who is an inker that worked in Marvel Comics, and he actually hand drew most of the ink drawing Marvel comic books from the time when they were drawn by hand. He didn't color them in. He did outline inking. He's phenomenal. Taro had an NFT community, and John Sabal came in and did a collaboration with with Akira to do an RWB Porsche drop, and I grabbed one for, I don't know. I think honestly, I just got it because I went to the launch party. And that thing has a floor price right now of like 28 SOL.
Hell yeah, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, it's
dude, you might need to sell that.
It's my only one. I have no interest in selling it. But anyway, all I bring that up is to say I made a Phantom for that, and I just remember hating it. I remember being like, oh my God, this wallet is so awful to use. I hate, like, the clicking makes no sense. The UI is awful. I can't find anything. There's only one button. How am I supposed to do anything here? And now, oh my God, it's just made so many improvements. Native staking in the wallet, like native swaps in the wallet, a full ecosystem browser in the wallet. Like, I'm so impressed with how that wallet has evolved over the years.
And somebody asked about an outage. Exit Velo did. If you're ever curious, because Solana has a record of outage and a record of like actively resolving it, and they're doing really well. Status.phantom.app is the best place to see the state of the network currently. The backend, the website, any external dependencies, and any incidents. And Exit Velo, you asked about an outage last night. It looks like they reported a major incident that Service CoinGecko API was down for some time, but it's back up. So, a CoinGecko API, many wallets use APIs. Yep. So if you ever open your wallet and you see that the stuff's not there, Alex, what would you do? Like you're on Phantom and you're like, oh, snap, I opened my wallet and all of my crypto seems to be gone. What's going on? What's the first thing you do?
Well, personally, the first thing I'd do is probably just close it and wait for later.
Yeah, totally. That's the right answer.
But no, honestly, the first thing I'd probably do is look up my own wallet address on the Blockchain Explorer and just see if I had been drained somehow.
Also a good idea. That's step number 2.
And then,
but a lot of the time you just need to refresh, or the blockchain is congested. There are many reasons that are not a cause for concern.
MetaMask also, I've noticed, does have a tendency sometimes to dump tokens that you've imported, meaning you have to re-import the recognition of them. And then they just appear right back up again. Like they're still there, but the interface like doesn't recognize that contract address anymore. And you just kind of need, like Evan said, it's basically like a hard refresh. It's all still in there. I've had that happen in MetaMask, honestly, because my MetaMask, I don't use it that much anymore. So I open it, like once a month. And sometimes I pop it open and it's just like it's showing me like, hey, this one token is gone, and I just re-import it. And it's like, no, it's right here. We just didn't show it to you.
Yeah, and Pearl says it. Go to revoke.cash if you ever are doing these steps, and it's apparent to you that you have a connection open. You when you use a crypto wallet, you have this private key that is uniquely yours and allows you to do things with your information that represents your assets. And if you sign a transaction with your key that gives any kind of access, then that access is open until you sign one more to revoke it. Disconnecting your wallet from a website is often not enough, even though that's the feature that most wallets have. If you're using MetaMask or something, it'll say disconnect. You need to sign a transaction. And revoke.cash allows you to look at all the connections you've granted and quickly sign a transaction to sever them. It is super tool. And if you're like feeling generous because you just hit big on a meme coin, or you love these Bitcoin profits and you want to make a donation that'll have an impact on the crypto space, you can donate to revoke.cash. They're a public good and they're worth it.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by revoke.cash, but if it's ever there, it could be. Alex, I see a couple questions that are coming through. You referred someone to the Discord, and I just want to talk to Ice Blue and say, anybody else, if you're new here or you're not in the Discord yet, what are you doing? You got to check it out at discord.gg/riseup. It is the solution, the right answer. It's free, and there are people at all levels of experience just like you. If you want to ask a question that's not going to disappear, this chat disappears when this conversation is over. So when we come back to it, that's the best place to get in touch with us. And I think your idea, Ice Blue, is great. There are lots of people who are doing that right now, creating payment transfer apps. Stablecoins are such a great use case. You could do it with meme coins, tipping coins, and it's not that hard, I don't think, to code a basic viable product. We could probably do it with GPT, but I wouldn't enjoy it. So you better do it. Alex, we got about 15 minutes before we got to ride our dogs and ponies into the sunset. And if you haven't asked your question, ask it now. We're going to be back tonight at 7 p.m. to research gems.
I'm going to preview a couple of the things I've got. And then if you guys have any requests for tonight, you can throw them in Discord. That is where we pull.
Don't throw them in the chat. Tell us about them, but also tell us in Discord, because that lives forever.
Yes. Yeah. Priority, because we don't have time to go through every single one, and we want to make sure that we do a good job going through them. So it's not just like a, thumbs up, thumbs down, gladiator style. Priority will
that's
be
not
given
helpful.
to requests that are made in Discord. So throw into the general chat if you have a specific token you'd like to look for. But here's what's on my list right now.
And buy the mug. Sorry, Alex.
And buy the mug. And yes, that is tonight. As far. Okay. I've got a couple that we have lightly talked about before, but I'd like to revisit now that the alt markets have woken up a tiny bit and we're seeing some rumbles, because a few of these didn't move, and I got some questions as to like why they might not have. So I put Echelon Prime and Beam as far as gaming things go. And then I found this thing, Virtuals. Evan, have you seen this? AI agents are kind of trendy right now, and this thing Virtuals looks interesting. So I kind of wanted to poke around in that.
Okay, Virtuals, I haven't heard of it at all.
I know that we've graded this one before, so I wanted to like revisit Moonwell, but I don't think we need to spend a ton of time on it because we did grade it on a previous After Dark. Will's got a few that he's pointed out. Navi Protocol I'd like to take a look at, and Nosana. And then one that I found that I then also saw Will mention, Cetus looks interesting. And then I found this thing on Sui, Deep Book, which just, the design of it is beautiful and it caught my eye, wine bottle style, and I'd like to take a look at it. Scallop.io is an interesting little looking lending protocol.
The names for these things, man.
I know. Bullish on people naming stuff in crypto.
Dude, you didn't say Cetus yet, but that's like
I did.
Oh, I thought you said Navi and not Cetus. Yeah.
No, both. I said both of them.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to look at, as we look at Solana just being the ecosystem that is popping, I definitely want to look at some Solana staples again. And I don't think we've ever graded Wormhole. So I wanted to look at that.
Okay.
Candy asks Sui or Say which one. I actually have a video comparing Sui and Say and explaining what the difference is. They are different ecosystems. Say is very DeFi focused, and Sui is a multi-purpose blockchain that is trying to do everything. Sui's value prop is essentially harder, better, faster Solana, which is a really, 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 really bold claim. We will see. But I am personally,
when it gets the volume, we'll test it.
I'm personally excited about Sui, just because it feels like a thing that just has the potential. If they can do the thing, I think it could be another really cool complementary ecosystem in the multi-chain universe. But
look
very
at
different.
Bitcoin. Also, as I'm looking at Bitcoin, someone said, look at Bitcoin. Pepe just got listed on Robinhood, and that might explain why it's up 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin is, yeah. According to this comment, I haven't verified the claim, but I, have no reason to suspect it didn't. Wouldn't it be great if people, oh my gosh, yeah, 89,760. Oh, it went down just while I was watching it. It's flirting.
Holy shit.
It's flirting with that $90,000.
Well, no, but dude, yeah, Pepe 40% in the hour, 50% today, 100% this week.
Texio says, yeah, it did. Listed on Robinhood. Wolf, man. Wolf.
Dude, Pepe remains my favorite meme. I have had my Pepe bag for so long. Just because I like it.
Dude, that's a killer merch idea. My Pepe bag for crypto holders. Every crypto, and it could just be like a reusable grocery bag. My Pepe bag.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, get me a green grocery bag with Pepe's little face on it. If you've seen me in Discord, you know that I have a Pepe emoji for pretty much every scenario, and he's my favorite. Salami Pepe, heart Pepe, raining Pepe, crying Pepe.
It really is Alex's favorite. Oh my gosh,
I love Pepe.
Oh my gosh. Do you think it's going to happen today, Alex? What's the, I think it's going to happen. I think Bitcoin is breaking 90,000 today. At some point in time on some exchange somewhere in the world, it's going there.
Well,
it's going there.
So to be clear, Bitcoin did make an all-time high on at least one exchange of $90,100 the other day when it first pumped.
Yeah. Okay. Not surprised. I'm talking CoinGecko.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, that would be great. Are we for hire?
Imsvar says it better. I have a long for 90.5. Okay, man, come on. I don't know.
Chef Pepe says Pepe bags for everybody.
Chef Pepe in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. There's a great merch idea for Pepe bags that have an NFC tag in them that when you scan it, it shows your Pepe bag or something like that.
What a great idea. Like takes you immediately so you can just be sharing what your actual Pepe bag is. That's fantastic. I love that.
You could
and
literally
especially
put
if you had like
extra in your Pepe bag.
You could put your Pepe bag in your Pepe bag, and you could get it. I don't know if you were a whale or a shrimp or whatever, you should get an NFT for that. There should be a token in your wallet, that people could look at and be like, oh, this guy's a Pepe whale, whatever.
All right, Big Chef Pepe, let me know when the bags are on the shelf and I'll buy one.
Yeah, we're getting one. Okay, so wait a second. Somebody has got to start a Thanksgiving meme coin. That is going to be so huge. You got to get a partnership with Ocean Spray, and do cranberries in a can. That's the meme. And definitely people will be bidding on that. And you need to take advantage of. Did you guys see the emoji? Doug turned me on to this, Alex. Did you see the emoji leaderboard for the memes? There are several meme tokens that are named for animals. Goat. Cat, dog, whatever, or linked to popular ones, ape, shark, whale. And somebody made just like a stupid little graphic that had all the emojis on them. And it was a bar chart of market cap. And it was real-time updates. So they were like animals in a little race to like $1 billion. And when you clicked the animal, it went to the deck screener page for a meme token and you could buy it. And the volume was insane. Somebody should do that with my Thanksgiving dinner meme. I don't think one of our tech for Machiste, if you're listening and you want to make some money this Thanksgiving, put it in a frame, build it on base.
Someone asked what I think about Bonk. Bonk, I have an interesting just opinion of, because if you follow Solana as an ecosystem and you watched the first Saga mobile phone come out, it didn't go great. But I still maintain it was cool as shit. And the fact that MKBHD reviewed it and didn't absolutely slam it, I thought he did a very, for the record, I am a massive Marquez Brownlee fan. One of the first YouTubers I ever followed. He is a fucking legend.
Definitely legend.
So the fact that he reviewed that phone was really cool. But Bonk, as a meme coin, pretty much saved the Saga program. Ice Blue, yes, we are for hire. You can reach out to us. It really depends what you need, because we can't do everything, but what we do very well. That sounded cryptic and sexual, and I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
We could do everything, but there are some things you could pay me to do that wouldn't be a good value. You could pay me to go do a handstand in the corner, but would it be a really good use of your money? Probably not as much as if you asked me about your
I might pay you for that. I might hire you for that.
You could, and Kim would be glad to hear me say you can pay me to do that.
No, but sorry, Bonk was cool, and I think it kind of solidified its place in the meme sphere of like memes that made it, because the massive airdrop that went out to Saga holders pretty much saved the Saga program and single-handedly created, I think, all of the pre-order volume for Saga 2, which I can't remember what they changed the name of Saga. It used to be called Saga Chapter 2, and now it's called something else. But no, one of my good friends, Andrew, shout out, used to work for Saga. He was a lead mobile developer at the Saga program, and he'll be like, dude, I'm throwing him right under the bus here. He will tell you that like Bonk saved our ass. So it's interesting. Ice Blue, we are not software developers, but we can certainly refer you to some good ones. That is not a skill that we have.
I want to welcome really quick. I want to welcome, I can't see if it's Low Moon or Yo Moon, like Io, the moon of Jupiter, said that they're new, but is experiencing a hold on Coinbase. It is not uncommon that they can hold for like a week, 10 days, I'm pretty sure is what they say, for newly deposited funds. It's part of their fraud prevention. It's not a cause for concern in the sense that it's to be expected sometimes, but if it is a cause of concern for you, then definitely connect with us in Discord so we can get you in touch with, like, Coinbase's platform will have answers to all those questions and support if your question isn't answered. That's the best way to figure that out. And also, somebody in the Discord probably has experienced it more recently than me and knows. So be sure, if you haven't already, you've jumped in there. And Alex, just because our train is nearing the end of the line, do you have a final thought, question, suggestion, good joke, word of wisdom, or want to take one or two more from the comments that you see?
Yeah, no, I can do a comment scan, but no, I'm just I'm looking forward to tonight. I have a lot of little gems on my list, and it's been a while since we've done a gem hunt, so I'm kind of excited to go through some stuff. I think it seems like a good way to ring in, alts waking up. No, I mean, I'm just thanks everyone for being here. If you have if you want thoughts on anything, here's my final thought, because now I'm seeing some more of these thoughts on anything. I will answer that question for anyone who provides me with their thought on the thing that they're asking about. If you have a crypto and you want my thoughts on it, I need to know what you think about it and why you're interested. And for the record, I don't have thoughts on a ton of cryptocurrency because I don't follow that many anymore. I have my portfolio, which is Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Avalanche, and USDC. And it's
boring,
been
baby.
like that for ages. I have a few things that I'm eyeing up for sure, which we'll get into on the gem hunt tonight. But yeah, if you want to have the thoughts on anything conversation, the best place to do that is Discord. The link is there. If you're on YouTube, everything else, the link is here.
Yeah, and we've got a great public forum there that people are starting to use more to keep track of conversations and make it a little easier.
Yeah, another great benefit to the membership program there as well is just there's a lot more There's a lot more options for, keeping track of specific conversations and just getting higher priority and answers and replies and stuff, and getting questions and concerns and stuff like that answered. But if you're not into the well, first of all, you can free trial the membership and then just cancel it. But
yeah, we won't be mad.
There's the free general chat is open and free. And if you're like looking to sort of get a real free sample of how good that community is, just go into the free general chat and toss out a question and, enjoy the conversation.
Yeah. And let me just say to the premium and premium plus folks that if you're in that chat, like that's a great way to get our attention, just to throw something in the lounge. Like we're looking there, and no shade to everybody else, but they're at the front of the line. So we'll answer you first if we see it. For my final thought, I wanted to show, I do have a space heater in the corner. It's just a Michigan room, and add on to a house with this room doesn't have a lot of insulation. The rest of the house is very cozy, but I love, I'll show you what I'm looking at. I didn't show you my office this week. I'm at my dad's house, dog watching, visiting my family in Michigan. And so I just have this like sort of windowy room with, it's cold because there's windows on all sides. Everybody on YouTube, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to imagine it. For now, it's leafy, breezy, beautiful.
So, Evan, just on that note, you asked, there were two questions that came in that I think we can continue in Discord, but I'll give the thumbnail answer to really quick, just because people were very patient. There was one about Solana having theoretically, this is from Mike Miller, Solana has theoretically no maximum total supply. Can we dive into that real quick? I will give you my bumper sticker, and then we can talk about it in Discord. And then someone else asked to explain gas.
I have talked to Amber. I left her a comment. She's sorry, Ambrose. I just assumed your name was Amber. I am going to tag her in a video I made that is comprehensive and thorough.
Yeah.
And if you want to see that, leave a comment on my profile. It's there. I have a good one.
So the theoretically no max supply on Solana is something that you should be aware of. I personally don't believe it's cause for concern based on the rate of adoption that Solana is achieving. As more people come into the ecosystem, you want more people to be able to get their hands on and use Sol. So in that respect, I think it's a good thing. The inflation rate is also public, and it is dropping. It is currently 4-point-something% per year. And Casey has a fantastic video. Actually, we can drop the link to Casey's Solana total supply, circulating supply,
it was awesome,
cap, whatever video. I will I'll go ahead and put that video in Discord so you guys can see it.
And I want to say another reason I'm not concerned about it is because the inflation and burn rate are primarily set by the protocol through code rather than by human intervention. Like, I think that's one of the cool things. The governance mechanism, could it be manipulated? Yeah, possibly. But like, that's, that gives me a little more confidence than just like, hey, we're going to arbitrarily decide to release this many tokens at this schedule. Looking at you, XRP. But
Will just woke up and he's screaming in all caps, "Are you looking at Bitcoin?"
Isn't it amazing? I know.
Yes, William.
Flirting.
We are.
What's the over-under, Will?
Holy shit. Guys.
Wow, I have it officially above 90 on CoinGecko, so I'm going to go ahead and say...
You know what would be really funny? Yep, there's $90,278.14 on CoinGecko. We are breaking above the
I just opened it.
You know what would be funny is if this is a fake Will. Just like really getting into character. Okay.
Yeah, because Will would be that excited. Oh my gosh, hang on.
Oh, there he is.
I'm going to let Will come in for a final thought.
Are you watching this shit?
Yeah, it's wild, man. Dude, we've been flirting with this line for a minute.
Yes.
Literally 1 minute. We should have been flirting with this line for like 3 months.
Oh, you're heated.
Oh my fucking God. Look at this shit. Look at it. Look at it go.
Oh my gosh.
Go. This is so, this little tiny little bit. What the fuck, dude?
Will, you're thrilled.
Should not be happening. This should not be happening.
Will,
but it is, man. Like we were saying before you got on, like, no one's surprised, but we're excited.
I am going to.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like,
I'm going to take full credit.
You're going to what, man?
I'm going to take full credit for this because I taunted Bitcoin when we opened the show and said it wouldn't be weird if we sat here and ranged for the next 2 weeks, and it was like, hold my beer, bitch. Here's $91,000.
Well, that's what should be happening. And now, I mean, there's nothing to stop us, even though we got bad inflation data. We're overextended. We got bad inflation data. We should be dipping. What's the S&P 500 doing right now? The S&P 500 is holding. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any sense in the goddamn world. Is this a melt-up rally? Are we about to have a financial collapse? What is happening?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, but they're going to have to learn about it on After Dark because I've got to ride my dog and pony into the sunset in a minute. What's the what?
Well, I'm glad I could come on here and just freak out a little bit.
I mean, you know, you've given people the perfect cliffhanger.
Yes. And we'll go through all of it on After Dark, but I'm just reminded of the opening line to Whose Line Is It Anyway, where the scores are made up and the points don't matter. So
and the points don't matter.
Cheers.
Yep. Anyway,
91,000 and bye-bye.
Man. The point that's crypto. Welcome to crypto, where everything is a PUPO, Ponzi until proven otherwise, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. What you got, Alex? As we walk out the door.
We will be back at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Rise Up After Dark starts exactly 12 hours after Rise Up in the Morning starts.
Easy peasy. So go have fun. Stay safe. Bye for now. Rise up.